What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz podcast. We're about to recap UFC Atlantic City, Aaron Blanchfield versus Manon Fiorot. Oh, it was a pretty decent card. Atlantic City was pumping. We had a lot of finishes, a lot of decisions. Honestly, fuck this card. If you were here to see my picks, you know why I'm saying fuck this card. I absolutely got cooked. We'll get into that. But as always, go down and like and subscribe. Comment your thoughts on the card, your take of everything that went down. And I'm Paul Pick 'em, win 'em, Concha, and I'm joined with.
You already know, man. It's that boy Kev Water Boy, your boy, aka the Don Peabody. Always the realest on your screen. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I loved every second of this card. This card was fun. But that's the beauty of not betting on the card. You feel me? Powell, tell me, big fella, what's your frustrations?
Well, I mean, the card itself was nice. A shitload of finishes, to be honest, from top to bottom. Um, some of the early things that I kind of had in my parlays hit early. So that's why it's honestly fucked this card because it hurts so bad towards the end of this card when I had like two people in particular that I had in damn near every parlay was Aaron Blanchfield and Bruno Silva. And
Ah, fuck.
those two, yeah, like the Chris Weidman story, the eye pokes. We'll get into it in the fights, but those two fighters losing honestly costed my weekend. This was one of the big losses. It's gonna take a couple days to get myself out of this hole that I really just put myself into.
Hey, man, it be like that. What Michael Jordan say? You missed 100 shots you don't take, homie.
And the worst part is like I had some of the big dogs on this card, like Nate Landier, plus 150, plus 170, depending on when you bet it on him. John of Duropa, Hana Duropa against Lubiga. She was like plus 250, like a pretty big underdog. I had her in a couple things, but it was literally the fucking just the two. You know when they say like, it's the ones you don't expect to lose, and that's exactly what happened to me. It was the biggest favorites on my parlays that really ended it for me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit hurt when my dog lost because I was like, damn, bro, I really expected you to fuck them up.
Yeah, look, it's telling me, and like most of them happened just like we thought. Like Cedric Dumas got his first UFC loss against Norsoken Rosenbub, and this is the one I was telling you. He got a couple hitting woman allegations and shit like that, and they had him as a big underdog in this fight against like a mauler. That's exactly what fucking happened. But this was the first part of controversy too, because I guess Robobov poked him in the eye on accident. Dumas kind of like he grabbed at his eye. The ref didn't say anything. He kind of like turned away from the opponent to look at the ref to say something, and in that moment, Robobov fucking took that upon him to knock his ass out. Dropped him in the very dropped him, and he looked to the side. And like they say, always protect yourself.
That's real. I missed the fuck out of that.
Yeah, this was back to back because right after Ruzabov, I'm fucking his name, but right after that eye poke the knockout combo, which I've never seen before,
Look,
we had the Chris Weidman eye poke knockout to Bruno Silva, and this was, I mean, it was we had a little bit of everything. First off, Weidman all the way back. I mean, just chill out on championship talk shit, but like he is back. He got the nice takedown in the first round, control time. Second round, once again, looked pretty good on the feet. Bruno Silva was down 2 rounds going into the third. And then Chris Weidman, I won't lie, Chris Weidman definitely poked him in the eyes a couple times. Bruno Silva, though, one on the very last time he gets poked in the eye, he fucking drops to the floor, curls up, and then Chris Weidman just jumps on top of him and starts raining some ground and pound and gets the finish. And he gave him some good advice afterwards. He goes, yeah, like you got poked in the eye. Don't drop to the floor in the UFC. That's not a good idea. And I mean, you're not fucking wrong.
no, that shit was crazy scary. I mean, he did what he had to do. And then it's crazy that I got changed to a unanimous decision anyways because he fucked him up. But Chris Weidman looked good. It was crazy because immediately I feel like when he got out there, he immediately started testing that leg. And we're all just looking like, yo, what you got going on, Brody? Like, chill, chill, chill. But he definitely came in that bitch and he kind of showed that There's some juice in there. There's a little bit of juice. He says he doesn't know if this is his last fight or not, but he showed tonight that he showed on Saturday he has some juice in there.
I thought he was going to call it a career, especially because where it was at for him. I thought it was, but then the way he basically like 3-0'd him, Bruno Silva, I was like, yeah, like, I mean, might as well keep it going. And Michael Bisping was talking on his podcast. I can't remember who he was talking to, another UFC legend, and he was saying a good fight for because they like Weidman. If he stays, they should. He goes, fuck it, him versus Sean Strickland, all American fight. And I was,
UFC is terrible because they'll book that fight too.
they're like stylistically, Weidman's wrestling versus Strickland's boxing. Who knows?
UFC ain't shit. It's because they'll book that fight.
And our co-main event, Buckley knocking out Luke. You had Buckley, I had Luke. I was kind of talking reckless. Usually when that happens, my guy don't win, and that's exactly what happened this Saturday. Buckley looking good. I mean, welterweight finally seems to be his home. He's looking good in this division the last year and a half.
My boy staying hydrated. He got that shit on. He got that shit. But no, I mean, Luke definitely came out that bitch. I thought Luke might have won the earlier part of the first round. But Luke came. I was scared that he was gonna wrestle and try to really go do a bunch of BJJ, a bunch of extra stuff. But Buckley caught him on the feet because it was in the second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Buckley caught him on the feet, and that's all he needed. Buckley, that was a smooth one, and he definitely like was out type shit.
Yeah, crumbled him. And Buckley's a fucking comedian. The next day was April, well, not next day, or the day after. I think Monday was April Fool's Day. And he posted, he goes, this is like, man, it's just something been bothering me. Like, I know I won, but like, I can't, like, I just can't get it off my chest. Like, after the fight, I go to the back, I'm thanking everybody, thanking my team. I go, and all of a sudden he goes, I'm checking the other, I see Luke in the back locker rooms. And then I see him walk up to John Hughes or someone, the guy who got in trouble for gambling a couple months back in the UFC, the allegations and everything about paying fighter on. But he was like, I saw Luke and him shake hands, and he told him, "Thank you. You'll get your cut next week or something." And then all of a sudden, like later on, it was like April Fool's joke or whatever. But I was like, he's a fucking comedian for that because it really got me because it just popped up randomly on my Twitter thing, and it's like Buckley says Luke may have thrown fight. And I'm like, holy shit! Like this is big news. Like oh fuck! Like not Luke. I mean, for a good 45 minutes, I thought this was the real truth until I saw the April Fools.
Nah, that shit is crazy. Um, Damn, I didn't even see that. That fucking died. But yeah, shout out Buckley, man. He's really looking good. And now that boy's about to be ranked. Welcome to the top 15, Mr. Buckley.
Welcome, welcome. And then our next fight, this was basically number one contender fight. They tried their best to not say that last Saturday, but Fiorot getting a unanimous decision win over Aaron Blanchfield. And honestly, there's no controversy in that. 50-45 across the board. That's how I had it. This was a one-sided fight, and I was so fucking blown away that like Blanchfield couldn't really. I mean, I feel like every exchange, Fiorot got the better of it. Blanchfield at certain points was shooting takedowns from a distance when she was getting frustrated, and it was like stuffing him from a mile away. And all she could do is have some like clinch control here and there. But other than the clinch control, it was nothing. It was all Fiorot, and it got bad. I just kept watching my paper literally like burn in front of me.
Nah, that shit is crazy. So motherfucking Aaron did everything she could. I feel like Manon just showed that she was just better all around. She just kept catching her with the shots. I think Aaron definitely didn't like change up the game plan too much, but Manon's just the truth. She's literally a fucking phenom, a French phenom right now. I literally don't know if Alexi Grasso wants to see Manon right now. The way she's
Yeah,
hot.
she's 34 or something, 35. Like she's a little older, so it's like she's trying to get the belt now. Like she got everyone out of the way that she had to. She hasn't lost a fight. She's like, other than her debut, which was a split decision, 12 straight rattled off. Like she is looking like the next one. got Mexico versus France. Like you can book that either UFC Paris, UFC Mexico. You like take your pick, Dana, or fuck it, go to Vegas. But I mean, it's gonna do its thing.
Right. Or you could take it to Canada.
Uh, well, maybe it is a flyweight championship.
You know how they be doing. You know how they be doing Canada. They stay giving them the women's main events.
They do, they do.
But nah, man. Ah, man. I just really was not expecting Erin to get beat the fuck up like that. Like I really thought she was gonna because what was it? A lot of judges scored at 45-50, right?
Yeah, 45-50 across the board, all three.
That shit was crazy. I did not expect her to get beat the fuck up like that.
I thought it was
But
a very competitive fight. If anything, Blanchfield's going to be the more dominant fighter. So for her to be dominated from ring bell to ring bell was kind of nuts.
I think it's good though, because like she's so much younger, so she can learn from that experience that she's seeing what the top level competition is. But boy, I hope she doesn't have to fight like Valentina Shevchenko or something after this.
Yeah, bro, fucking. At least I know for a fact at least five dogs won. It could be six, could be seven, because I don't know all the odds on every fight, but I know at least five won this card, which is nuts. Like this was definitely a card full of dogs.
Now this card was lit as fuck. I mean, it was what was it? There were only 13 fights because they actually lost the fight, and it was had 8 knockouts or 8 finishes.
Yeah, and five dogs won out of the third. At least five. I'm telling you, there's two I think could have been dogs also, but I just don't know for sure.
Nah, it was a good card, sneaky card. Atlantic City got their money's worth.
Yeah, good little, and then catches next week Brandon Allen versus Chris Curtis, but 1 week away from UFC 300, 2 weeks away from whenever this come out. But just stay tuned. We're coming up soon with a whole bunch of fucking big hitters because after UFC 300, like 301 is right after that, 302 is in June, and then there's a couple other good little cards in between. Pantoja gives his little defense at 301, which I can't wait for. But UFC's International Fight Week in July. Like it says, like every month here on out, it's gonna have something with it.
It's coming. So yeah, you know how we going.
Appreciate all y'all watching. This was UFC Atlantic City, Blanchfield versus Fiorot. As always, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment what you thought on this card. If you made some money, you lost some money, let us know. But as always, this is Paul. Pick a winner. Kev, Waterboy, Savoy. And if y'all didn't know, now you know, motherfuckers.